Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, August 26th, at 8:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 682 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Mysuru gang rape, India student being treated in hospital. Mayor of Arizona border town blasts Republican governors who blame COVID spike on asylum seekers. Warnings about the Sturgis rally have come tragically true. UK Armed Forces Minister warns of imminent attack at Kabul airport as early as Thursday morning. COVID-19, is India entering endemic stage of coronavirus? Coronavirus origins, U.S. intelligence report inconclusive. Authorities are conducting a manhunt for a police colonel nicknamed Joe Ferrari who they say was caught on tape torturing a drug dealer to death. Kabul airport terrorist attack threat prompts U.S. and allies to urge citizens to stay away. California wildfire dangers may be spreading south. California town had worst air quality in the world on Wednesday, report says. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. The Taliban's recapture of Afghanistan has sparked fears of an Al-Qaeda and ISIS revival, CNN. Apple reportedly increasing iPhone 13 prices to compensate for increased chip production cost, Mac rumors. Asian shares spooked by Delta spread as Jackson Hole looms by Reuters, investing.com. Italian-style deli meat feared to be source of salmonella in 17 states that has hospitalized 12, Daily Mail. Behind the scenes with the Niantic Task Force Pokemon Go Hub. Highlights, MLS All-Stars vs Liga MX All-Stars August 25, 2021, Major League Soccer. Newsom fights recall by sharpening contrast with elder in effort to energize female voters, CNN. Hannity, Biden's half-baked Afghanistan withdrawal plan will get Americans killed, Fox News. Houston Dr. Joseph Varon touts ivermectin as part of COVID treatment, against FDA warning, KTRK-TV. Death sentence upheld for Dylan Roof, who killed 9 in South Carolina church shooting, NBC News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Should we have waited longer between COVID-19 vaccine doses? Lipstick experts share their secrets to smudge-proof staying power. Let one of the internet's coolest bartenders help set up your home bar. Australian farmer honors late aunt with sheep-shaped heart display. Devastated, João Ramirez loses 3 relatives and 2 close friends to COVID-19. Super death acceleration roller coaster shut down for literally breaking riders' bones. Republican lawmaker ripped for most absurd vaccine Holocaust comparison yet. Kayleigh McEnany is fully inhabiting an alternate reality, Seth Meyers says. RuPaul offers blunt advice for anti-maskers getting unruly on airplanes. Masks ordered for most Florida students, defying Governor DeSantis. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Louisville mother pregnant with conjoined twins. 4-day-old baby boy found, reunited with family. COVID spike strains ambulance service. Students get sick from heat due to no AC. Warrant issued for machete-wielding man. Families hit pool as school start time is pushed back due to heat. Family mistakenly told that father passed away. High-tech police training diffuses confrontations. 67 pounds of cocaine washes ashore on beach. School installs COVID-19 filtration system. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. COVID live updates, cases and deaths in Florida hit record highs. Britain's truck driver shortage causes supply chain crisis. Some evacuations are halted amid warnings of threat at Kabul airport. Excuse her dust, 54 years late, Dorothy Parker finally gets a tombstone. Breakthrough COVID cases, uncommon and often mild, but not always. As shootings increase, New York City returns to disputed tactic, gang takedowns. Casey Musgraves' expanding universe. Spies for hire, China's new breed of hackers blends espionage and entrepreneurship. The new chief chaplain at Harvard, an atheist. How the Supreme Court could slowly sabotage Roe v. Wade. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. U.S. military faces nervy Kabul exit under Taliban's watch, with terror threat looming. Steel brand, my fellow Afghanistan vets, know this about your service and sacrifices. U.S. Open to provide quiet rooms for struggling tennis players. Dodgers' A.J. Pollock delivers again to help beat Padres in 16 innings. Kamala Harris says evacuating Americans, Afghan allies is Biden admin's highest priority. U.S. Embassy directive reflects Kabul airport chaos, uncertainty, leave immediately. Kabul airport may see imminent attack, perhaps in hours, British official warns. MLS edges Liga MX on penalty kicks at MLS All-Star Game. McMahon goes deep in 10th, Rock split long twin bill with Cubs. Alfaro lifts Marlins over Nats 4-3 in 10-end 8-game slide. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, August 26th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Where do COVID vaccine mandates stand? Fourth stimulus check, will there be another relief payment? Former baby depicted on iconic Nirvana album cover, Spencer Eldon, sues band for child porn. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Calls for PCR travel tests to be scrapped for the fully vaccinated. Doctor says perimenopause was like having demon in her head. COVID-19 UK, number of Britons falling ill with virus every day rises by a fifth in a week to 52,000. Severe threat of an imminent terror attack at Kabul airport, British Armed Forces minister warns. British tourist stabbed during knife fight with Spanish waiter after he complained about the food. British citizen who fled Afghanistan in 1998 is planning to return to Kabul to protect his family. Claudia Lawrence's mother urges police to investigate killer cabbie Christopher Halliwell again. Simon Dobbins' wife slams utter thugs who stamped on her husband's head, leaving him brain damaged. Changing room viewers slam room designed by Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen. NHS draws up plans to start vaccinating children as young as 12 in 2 weeks. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. London police make arrest over alleged shop food tampering. West warns of possible attack at Kabul airport amid airlift. Hive updates, very high threat of terrorist attack as U.S. allies start withdrawal from Kabul. They were the world's only all-female army, their descendants are fighting to recapture their humanity. Sports cars, drugs, death, Thai police colonel investigated. German police investigating leopard attack on photo model. Australian mourns beloved ant with heart-shaped love airways. How Myanmar's military terrorized its people with weapons of war. In quest for legitimacy and to keep money flowing, Taliban pushes for political deal with rivals. Lawmakers to Biden advisors, don't leave Afghanistan by August 31st if evacuation mission isn't complete. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus live news. Russia reports 820 deaths in a day. Sydney hospitals struggle to cope. Tokyo Paralympics Day 2, GB Gold Rush, wheelchair rugby and more, live. Haiti's earthquake has compounded years of corruption and political crisis. Jonathan M. Katz. Suckers, trash fish and the fight over food traditions in Oregon's Klamath Basin. Portland gunfight fuels alarm over growing use of weapons at Portland rallies. Afghanistan Hive News, warnings of imminent terror attack as evacuations enter final phase. They just forgot about us, a U.S. motel of climate refugees with nowhere to go, photo essay. Hong Kong police investigate organizers of Tiananmen Square vigil. The big scary S word, why are people so terrified of socialism? Is this justice? Why Sudan is facing a multi-billion-dollar bill for 9/11. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. The Taliban inherited a vast American-made arsenal after retaking Afghanistan. Alaska mayor promotes debunked treatment for COVID-19. Experts on WHO team say search for COVID origins has stalled. Biden briefed on U.S. intel assessment of COVID-19's origins. Judge sanctions Sidney Powell, other lawyers who filed suit challenging 2020 election. Shooter's death sentence upheld in racist slayings at Black church. Father strips down to swimsuit at school board meeting over mask mandates. Blinken says no deadline to get out Americans, Afghans even as evacuations ending. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Japan suspends 1.6 million Moderna doses over contamination fears. Australian farmer draws art with sheep in tribute to ant. South Korea becomes first major Asian economy to raise interest rates. Trial suggests malaria sickness could be cut by 70%. Afghanistan, the undefeated Panjshir Valley, an hour from Kabul. The hard men removing squatters in Spain. The real victims of mass crypto hacks that keep happening. Why rent control isn't working in Sweden. Kenya's Deputy President Ruto campaigns for Hustler Nation. Afghanistan, the pain of watching my country burn from afar. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. 1 in 4 college athletes say they experienced sexual abuse from an authority figure, survey finds. New Mexico establishes waiting list for intensive care unit beds, New York adds 12K nursing home deaths, live COVID-19 updates. U.S. Coast Guard cruise delivering hope to Haiti. Afghan War Gold Star parents help combat vets. Billions in pandemic school aid have few strings. Smoke fills the sky over Lake Tahoe as crews fight to keep Calder Fire from closing in. Afghan Americans angry, anxious over U.S. withdrawal. Pfizer, J&J reports strong antibody response from booster shots, heart swelling more likely from COVID than vaccine, latest COVID-19 updates. We all miss them, California refugee students and family members stuck in Afghanistan, school officials say. Today in history for August 26th. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. 2 shot at Redondo Beach Pier, suspect dead. A Democrat takes the stage to clash with Republicans in California recall debate. Larry Elder's ex-fiancée reports alleged 2015 gun incident to Los Angeles Police Department. California Assembly members not vaccinated against COVID-19 should be suspended, lawmaker says. He doesn't have the knife. Body-worn video puts Los Angeles Police Department shooting in new context. How you can help organizations in California working to resettle Afghan refugees. Hospitalizations for COVID-19 continue to rise in California. LA Unified reports first coronavirus outbreak while other schools report multiple infections. South fire burns 500 acres, destroys structures in San Bernardino County. How parents can keep their kids safe from COVID as they return to school. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, August 26, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Blast outside Kabul airport kills at least 13, including children, Taliban official says. Large explosion at Abbey Gate at the Kabul airport. Large explosion at Abbey Gate at the Kabul airport, report. Afghanistan, loud explosion and heavy gunfire reported just outside Kabul airport amid evacuation. Taliban to forbid music in public again, but they will persuade rather than pressure people to obey the rule. The all-seeing eye, Apple just declared war on your privacy. Taliban government to ban music in Afghanistan. Qatar has failed to explain up to 70% of migrant worker deaths in past 10 years. Amnesty, World Cup host has not properly investigated fatalities, rights group says, citing concerns over heat stress and safety. Israel gave US 2-hour notice on Iran attack. Central Intelligence Agency demanded answers. Highest recorded temperature in Iceland in 13 years. You will regret this. Japan crime boss's chilling threat to judge after being sentenced to death. All students, staff at Afghanistan's only girls' boarding school flee to Rwanda. We were blackmailed. Afghanistan's former vice president accuses US of forcing deals with the Taliban. More and more humans are growing an extra artery, showing we're still evolving. Psychological violence. Alexei Navalny says he is forced to watch 8 hours of state TV a day. The next headlines are from Forbes. 1 in 3 Americans had COVID by the end of 2020, models estimate, that's 4 times the official count. Manchester United looking to sell players before window closes. Williams-Sonoma's home run continues with spectacular second quarter. Here are all the places Sidney Powell, Linwood and pro-Trump attorneys could also be punished for Kraken lawsuits after Michigan sanctions ruling. Project Rock drops new PR4 and Work Starts Here collection. Why the soft qualities of leadership are the most important, a conversation with Walmart Canada CEO, Horacio Barbito. Family of activist killed by Palestinian forces calls for UN and UK to investigate. The King's Man gets a 6th, and hopefully final trailer. Will BTS's Butter return to number 1 on the Hot 100 now that Megan Thee Stallion is involved? The currency of gratitude, sharing gratitude and your health. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Carolyn S. Shoemaker, 1929 to 2021. Force ancient human DNA found from key Asian migration route. Australia's cane toads evolved as cannibals with frightening speed. Chromatic periodic activity down to 120 MHz in a fast radio burst. Screening saves lives, so why don't governments fund it? Why severe sickle cell pain has been neglected. Rechargeable knuckle sub-2, sub, and legal sub-2, sub, batteries. Unusual width of the superconducting transition in a hydride. Can artificially altered clouds save the Great Barrier Reef? A plundered pterosaur reveals the extinct flyer's extreme headgear. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,727,370,953 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Debbie Tucker Green's Ear for Eye to premiere at BFI London Film Festival, BBC. Celeb live streaming startup Bright raises $15 million. Investors include Judd Apatow, Amy Schumer, Shawn Mendes. The Babysitters Club Season 2 to premiere in October on Netflix. Money Heist cast and creators reflect on Netflix's global hit as the series comes to an end. JoJo Siwa on portraying herself in the J-Team, wanting to play Lady Gaga in a biopic. African projects feature prominently at upcoming Final Cut in Venice workshop. Heredit takes world rights to Venice-bound Vera Dreams of the Sea, drops first trailer exclusive. Comedian London Hugh skewers UK TV execs, I'm cute as hell, I'm funny as F, why wouldn't audiences get me? My Movie's chief Gianluca Guzzo on how streaming Venice Pics has led to unique Bees model exclusive. Voice of Silence, All the Moon's top 2021 Fantasia Film Festival Awards. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. A salmonella outbreak has spread to 17 states and it's linked to Italian meats. There's new evidence that the Surfside condo that collapsed had extensive corrosion. Blast outside Kabul's airport claims U.S. and civilian casualties, officials say. Rachel Nichols' ESPN show is cancelled after her comments about Maria Taylor. California wants to become the first state to pay people with addiction to stay sober. Meet Olympic power couple Hunter Woodhall and Tara Davis. He's in prison for killing a trooper. Now, some black police groups want him released. This Australian farmer isn't sheepish about showing love for his late aunt. More retail workers are quitting than ever, but more stores are opening than expected. Japan suspends 1.63 million doses of Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine over contamination. The following headlines are from The Week. ABC News global correspondent, Kabul airport explosion is truly a nightmare scenario. Kabul airport explosion resulted in a number of U.S. and civilian casualties, says Pentagon. Herschel Walker's embarrassing Senate bid. Time's Up CEO reportedly told colleagues to stand down on supporting Cuomo accuser. Two congressmen who snuck to Kabul airport now reluctantly support Biden's August 31st withdrawal date. Japan suspends 1.6 million vaccine doses due to tainted vials. The U.S. will reportedly approve booster shots for all 3 COVID-19 vaccines at 6 months, not date. The Taliban 2.0, explained. America's metastasizing judicial tyranny problem. Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers find the llama and milk crate challenge links to COVID-19. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Resisting the allure of innocence. The Supreme Court upholds a federal judge's order to reinstate Remain in Mexico. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Saturn's fuzzy core seen in ring ripples. Advanced civilizations could be using Dyson spheres to collect energy from black holes. Here's how we could detect them. This is how a supermassive black hole feeds. China's rover completes its primary 90-day mission, but it still has more science to do. The best evidence for life on Mars might be found on its moons. An asteroid has been discovered that crosses Mercury's orbit. Dust storms on Mars continue to make the planet drier. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, August 26th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Oort Cloud News, how many comets from elsewhere? Nuclear fusion ignition, big laboratory breakthrough. Late summer 2021 fires, California, seen from space. Wild duck cluster, M11, in sputum. Ceres icy crust excavated by impacts. Was Comet Atlas a blast from the past? Rare lunar halo, an odd radius halo, over India. Here are 2 ways to find the Andromeda Galaxy. The next news is from Politico. Emmanuel Macron to push global tax deal on Irish visit. Fears loom over control of Afghanistan's internet. World Bank says pens aid to Taliban-ruled Afghanistan. France, UK to finish Kabul evacuations days before August 31st US withdrawal. OnlyFans reverses decision to ban pornography. U.S. troops injured in ISIS attacks on Kabul airport. GOP bans on school masks draw federal civil rights challenges. $3.5 trillion or bust, Sanders goes all out to protect Dems' social spending plans. Mike Pompeo takes his own arrows over the Afghanistan collapse. GOP faces hurdles in push to make Afghanistan matter in the midterms. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Deadly explosion occurs outside Kabul airport, US officials say. Premier's chop and change approach in confused state. Are employees a cause of bad management? IOOF chief tips financial advice surge if second recession hits. From the archives, 1936, police car collides with lorry. Aggressive approach to medical teaching is just plain bullying. In the Herald, August 27, 1962. NSW's New England Renewable Energy Zone sparks flurry of interest. Qantas flies low as exec pay comes down from the clouds. Target time and super quiz, Friday, August 27th. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The ratings game, Dick's Sporting Goods has momentum, but analysts anticipate that robust margins could be pinched. Axel Springer buys Politico and Forbes to go public by merging with a SPAC and busy media deal day. Outside the box, your retirement is years away. Can you count on Social Security? Futures movers, oil prices fall after 3-day winning streak. Natural gas futures rally on storm risk. It almost feels like Groundhog Day. Colleges welcome students back to campus amid Delta variant surge. NRA cancels annual meeting because of COVID-19 surge, joining a growing list of groups holding events. I bought my husband's childhood home before we married, but only my name is on the deed. Should I add him? Delta Airlines is charging unvaccinated workers $200. Here are 12 other ways shunning the COVID shot can cost you. Market snapshot, U.S. stocks drift lower after records as investors assess jobless claims, GDP revision. Metal stocks, gold futures slide after U.S. data, as Fed officials point to tapering. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. What you need to know about the new UAE patent law, intellectual property, United Arab Emirates, Mondac News alerts. Brian Nutraceuticals LLC and Texas philanthropist donate, Globe Newswire. Design protection in China's amended patent law, Law Asia. Massimo CEO Joe Kiani criticizes Apple for leaking smartwatch trade secrets, Bali Inside. Spinal muscular atrophy treatment market witnesses static increase in patent filings since 2015, Sagacious IP, FarmyWeb.com. How to protect your invention, Lixology. Report, UNM economic impact exceeds $5 billion, Albuquerque Journal. Changes to the rules of ethics for patent law practitioners, J.D. Supra. Apple tactics in smartwatch trade secrets fight irk Massimo CEO, Bloomberg. Massimo CEO Joe Kiani blasts Apple over smartwatch trade secrets, Bloomberg. The next headlines are from Quartz. The US may have a new top-secret space weapon. What is it? China's boycott of Australia has redirected global flows of coal. The case for getting a COVID-19 vaccine during pregnancy. What exactly is the US military's top-secret space weapon? Taliban's religious ideology has roots in colonial India. Microbiome startups promise to improve your gut health, but is the science solid? What if Facebook and Amazon merged? Dave Eggers imagines our dystopian future. OnlyFans keeps porn, Kabul banks reopen, Kanye name change. The second wave of COVID-19 has worsened the bad loan crisis at Indian banks. India's largest IT company has a vaccination plan to get its employees back to office. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. California's open access fiber broadband plan is making telecom giants like AT&T nervous. Fake U.S. Copyright Office imposter gets Google to delist URLs on Section 1201 grounds. Content moderation case study, YouTube deals with disturbing content disguised as videos for kids, 2017. Report shows Department of Justice engaged in selective prosecution to maximize punishment for Black Lives Matter protesters. OnlyFans, oops, just kidding, keep posting sexually explicit material. North Dakota Supreme Court, an officer's camera is more trustworthy than his BS testimony. Daily Deal, the premium Python programming bundle. Devin Nunes loses again, but he's still suing the satirical cow who mocked him. Internet service providers give NetFlow data to third parties, who sell it without user awareness or consent. Sony takes down leaked unfinished Spider-Man trailer, release is finished 1 day later. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Hurricane in the Gulf. National Dog Day 2021. Bayern Munich. Serena Williams. American Horror Story. Ron Jeremy. Michael Nader. Crystal Rogers. Bob Ross. Nahi Tweakin. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Lebanese judge issues subpoena for caretaker PM after he refuses to appear at Beirut blast inquiry. Here's what we know about ISIS-K, the splinter jihadist group feared to be behind terrorist attacks on Kabul airport. Arsenal fans beg for Qatari takeover and for Kroenke to leave club after Sheikh appears to confirm royal family takeover interest. Russia invites Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson to launch of rocket taking crew to record first feature film shot in space. Second blast confirmed at Kabul airport after French envoy warns civilians to leave area urgently. Visit Cornwall, CEO pleads with Brits not to visit Cornwall. Pentagon confirms casualties among Americans and civilians following two explosions outside Kabul airport. As EU states build walls to stop migrants, ECHR tells Poland and Latvia to provide shelter for those crossing Belarusian border. New Russian missile defense radar system is world first for helping intercept nuclear warheads, military industry chief reveals. Russian Marine commandos able to silently drop from skies into seas with advanced new parachute designed for underwater combat. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. US in zero-sum game with Beijing over South China Sea, China says. ESG, time for a complete rethink. Stocks slammed after Kabul blast, VIX spikes. U.S. West Coast port congestion at record high amid trans-Pacific trade route disruptions. Rabobank, back to sleep. U.S. beef packers margins approach record high as demand soars ahead of Labor Day. Kabul airport explosions, Pentagon confirms U.S. and civilian casualties amid dozens dead. A historical deviation extreme, will the Fed fade the Delta variant? German media giant buys Politico for $1 billion in latest blockbuster deal. South Korea unexpectedly hikes rates on growing housing, debt bubble fears. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Anticipating a wave of Afghan migration, Greece jumps into action. Explosion outside Kabul airport. Bitcoin 60% rally since its July lows may be fading. UK Defence Minister embroiled in row over Kabul animal charity. Climate activists want a new US central bank chief, here's why. Egypt partially reopens Rafah border crossing with Gaza. Afghan entrepreneurs' e-commerce app pivots to help during crisis. The race to succeed Merkel is heating up, what you need to know. Attack on Afghan reporter tests Taliban's media freedom pledge. Thailand launches manhunt for policeman after torture video. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Hive updates suicide bombing outside Kabul airport. Pentagon confirms an explosion outside Kabul airport, casualties unclear. Uigurs in Afghanistan terrified of Taliban-China collaboration. European allies halt evacuations from Kabul amid suicide terror threats. Jobless claims rise for first time in 5 weeks. FNC's Carlson, we went from 15 days to slow the spread to wear a burqa and get a jab every 6 months in perpetuity. Jesuit Cardinal scolds the West for failure to open borders to Afghan refugees. Carville, hysterical and stupid media coverage of Afghanistan has been awful. Porn actor Ron Jeremy indicted on over 30 sex assault counts. After backlash, Spike Lee re-editing HBO 9/11 documentary featuring debunked conspiracy theories. The next headlines are from UPI News. Michigan man who always plays same numbers wins $18.40 M lottery jackpot. Overdue book returned to Canadian library after 27 years. Watch, girl encounters small shark at North Myrtle Beach, SC. Girl finds lost wedding ring in sea at Woolacombe Beach, England. Watch, river otters caught raiding North Carolina aquarium crab pots. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Soccer fans can now eat their coffee cups. The US EPA is banning a farming pesticide linked to health problems in children. Amazing photos show the movements of diving kingfisher after photographer waited 2 years for perfect pics. Afghan all-girls robotics team offered college scholarships, says Oklahoma mom who helped them escape Taliban. This road trip map helps you visit the 47 iconic national parks in the shortest time. Buy some wind power with your furniture, IKEA is now selling renewable energy. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, August 26th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. She flew to Tonga for a weekend 18 months later she's still stuck there. City of Reno cracking down on whips, moves forward with public ban. Woman fetches mop from drugstore to fend off masturbating man, police say. https://www.theverge.com/TLDR/2021/8/2626256/blue-origins-new-s Heford model rocket Portland firefighter charged with kidnapping in his quest to recover stolen weed. The city of Eureka has removed the mysterious dildo atop the Old Town gazebo. Fossil of previously unknown four-legged whale found in Egypt. Krispy Kreme is sweetening its free donut promotion for vaccinated people. Judge sanctions Trump allies and orders legal education for failed election lawsuit. Does Spencer Eldon, the Nevermind baby suing the Nirvana for alleged child pornography, have a case? Legal experts weigh in. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Distractions aren't bad for your productivity. Scoop up this package featuring Rosetta Stone, 12-minute books and VPN at a huge discount. These open-ear headphones deliver premium sound while never compromising your safety. Robinhood's gamified investing makes massive losses feel unreal. The do's and don'ts of machine learning research, Reddit, nerds. Facebook's Project Aria wearable looks like lame old Snap-style glasses. Instagram will finally show content when you search for stuff, like it should. The Books Note Air is the Android-powered Kindle alternative I didn't know I needed. Samsung says it can remotely break any of its TVs. This AI-powered video survey tool might be the end of shitty products being launched. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Carnivore interactions are a game of risk and reward. Mobile alert app for missing people with dementia. Artificial intelligence to help predict Arctic sea ice loss. MugNet provides more holistic view of biological processes underlying disease. More efficient electricity distribution thanks to new insulation material. New class of habitable exoplanets represent a big step forward in the search for life. Physical activity in children can be improved through exergames. New sensor detects valuable rare earth element terbium from non-traditional sources. Young athletes with history of concussions may have more changes to their brains. Added up, could this test equal a way to determine dementia risk? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, August 26th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA awards Information Technology Support Services contract. Georgia, California students to hear from astronauts on space station. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Charlie Brewer officially named starting QB as University of Utah releases initial depth chart. Grantsville police shoot and kill suspect in a crimes against children case. Commentary, time to go beyond DACA and pass real immigration reform. Brad T. Rutledge, pick a little Cottonwood Canyon transportation solution that solves the problem. Salt Lake City woman charged with killing her girlfriend, who was fleeing on a bicycle. Apostle Jeffrey Holland to Bayou, stop aiming friendly fire at LDS teachings. We must have the will to stand alone, read LDS Apostle Jeffrey R. Holland's talk at Bayou. Gordon Munson, Jeffrey Holland extended a clenched fist instead of an open hand in his Bayou speech. Here's what happened to Utah's vaccination rates after LDS church leaders told members to get their shots. Latest from Mormon Land, why the U.S. church may not be growing and why that $100 billion may be needed. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Growing NFT industry sees signs of a misbehavior, study shows. UK to overhaul privacy rules in post-Brexit departure from GDPR. The Taliban, not the West, won Afghanistan's technological war. Smoking smartphone sparks emergency evacuation of Alaska Airlines jet, 2 taken to hospital. International Space Station could be followed by commercial space stations after 2030, NASA says. The world's first 3D printed steel bridge. World's first crewless, zero-emissions cargo ship will set sail in Norway. Facebook said to consider forming an election commission. South Korea to end its controversial gaming curfew. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Pentagon, American casualties in Kabul airport explosion. Crash backs up traffic for miles on I-70 eastbound in O'Fallon, Mo. Pritzker expected to announce indoor mask mandate for Illinois today. 7 Francis Howell School District pre-K students are in quarantine. Firefighters bike through STL on their way to NYC for 9/11's 20th anniversary. Heat advisory still in effect, high temps reach upper 90s Thursday. Shooting suspect on the loose in High Ridge Thursday morning. Volunteer firefighter shot in Kinloch early Thursday morning. Governor Parson expands access to monoclonal antibodies across 4 Missouri counties. Luckily, the blade only left a little mark. Victim in machete attack speaks out as suspect still on the run. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Lanes of I-5 near SR-15 reopen after car hit, killed pedestrian. Russia, 2 suicide attacks outside Kabul airport, 13 dead. Marine veteran uses music to console other vets, challenge Afghanistan withdrawal. New East Village restaurant temporarily closes as staff deal with COVID. Masks recommended for all indoors in San Diego County as virus spreads. California stimulus checks, here's when you could get your Golden State payments. Police searching for man caught on surveillance video burglarizing homes, vehicles. Study finds San Diego median home price could soon hit nearly $1 million. 5 local students make it home from Afghanistan, 19 still stranded. Your California recall election questions answered. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Navy Seabees builds wooden military vehicles. Huntington Ingalls starts construction on U.S. Navy's newest aircraft carrier. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. N. Hong, how rice winemaker created a legendary Chinese brand. Beijing to crack down on abusive landlords and online rental platforms. The Fog of Words, Kabul 2021, Beijing 1949. Can betting on Chinese politicians predict their futures? The last meeting of Mao Zedong and Chiang Kai-shek. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, August 26, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Stern Grove Fest cancels final summer concert over catastrophic damage. Pentagon, multiple U.S. casualties in Kabul airport explosions. Drought emergency, Santa Clara Valley's largest reservoir shows drastic change from 2017. Gas leak evacuation extended for San Jose residents. Judge tells drug suspect he can avoid prison time by getting vaccinated. What is a COVID-19 vaccine passport, and do I need to get one? Farmer arranges herd of sheep into giant heart to mourn beloved aunt. Former U.S. soldier helps rescue Afghan friend. American Embassy alert advises U.S. citizens not to go to Kabul airport. Study, wildfire smoke linked to COVID-19 infections. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Pritzker reimposes statewide indoor mask mandate. Watch Live, Governor J.B. Pritzker addresses state on COVID-19. Bills McKenzie faces discipline for breaking COVID rules. Inter signs forward Korea from Italian rival Lazio. NFL players experiment with Guardian caps to protect heads. South Dakota AG pleads no contest to 2 counts in fatal crash. 2 District 300 students hospitalized, 48 test positive for COVID-19. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Clipper ferry service between Seattle and Victoria, BC to resume in September. It's absolute madness, residents in Point Roberts, Washington beg federal leaders for help. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Nor 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 921. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0.77 million. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 10 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands August 26, 2021, 3:20 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Indonesia August 26, 2021, 2:14 UTC, 140,000 people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Italy, Serbia. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Greece, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, August 26th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. What intelligence was there on Afghanistan? The next headlines are from ABC Houston. 2 explosions outside Kabul airport kill at least 13, injures 15, Russia says live updates. Tropical depression number 9 forms with Louisiana landfall favorable. 350 jobs available, including work from home and ABC 13's virtual job fair. Woman takes photo of man moments before he shot her and husband on North FWI, HPD says. Harris company leaders announce new protections for boarding home residents. Husband killed after crash leads to fight in front of pregnant wife in Southwest Houston. Against FDA warning, Houston doctor claims to have used ivermectin on thousands of COVID patients. Rain chances increase the rest of this week. I'm not resisting. Video kept secret shows officer pummel black driver 18 times with flashlight. Nurse says she's never seen so much sadness in her career as COVID spikes in Louisiana hospital. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Why do some people get side effects after COVID-19 vaccines? Texas governor issues order banning local vaccine mandates. Germany's Merkel calls off Israel trip due to Afghan crisis. Hunting fee no longer mandatory in U.S. duck stamp contest. Biden to meet with governors willing to help Afghan refugees. Former Icon Enterprises chief to lead struggling Lordstown. Dozens of homes, outbuildings burned in Minnesota wildfire. Pandemic windfall for U.S. schools has few strings attached. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Early edition, the CDC is now urging everyone to steam their Italian cold cuts to avoid salmonella. Here's what a ride on the Times Square Ferris wheel looks like. End of federal unemployment benefits could bring perfect storm for New York City's most vulnerable. Extra extra, the Ted Lasso discourse will lead us all. In wake of Cuomo's exit, New York State increases official COVID-19 death tally by 12,000. Activists install Marsha P. Johnson Monument in Christopher Park. Hochul taps Senator Brian Benjamin to serve as lieutenant governor. The cows are back in town. Fiberglass cows are grazing in all 5 boroughs. Early edition, Williamsburg moms won't let Channing Tatum out of their sight. Can Hochul turn around NY Health Department without firing its commissioner? We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Mexico's suspicious shark fins exports under sights. Sharks, victims of Mexican authorities' neglect. Eastern Caribbean youth join calls for resilient global food systems. Trials of former Spanish judge lack independence, impartiality, landmark case. UN Migration Agency launches $24 million appeal for Afghanistan. Why do organizations fail to keep workplace harassment in check? Climate Solutions, Changemakers, and Celebrities, major UN podcast series launched. Coming months critical for future pandemic preparedness, WHO chief. Amidst turmoil, displacement and plunging economy, Afghanistan's future very difficult to see. Haunting photos of Bangladesh's COVID pandemic. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. House Democrats passed legislation that would federalize America's electoral system, giving President Joe Biden's Department of Justice, DOJ, significant control over election law. Taliban secures world's largest lithium deposits after U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. Fukushima nuclear plant water to be released into the ocean via undersea tunnel. In massive propaganda onslaught, media ignores the real catastrophe of Afghanistan. Pentagon orders military service members to immediately get COVID vaccine. Eric Prince is charging $6,500 a person to evacuate Afghanistan on his chartered planes. Journalist Glenn Greenwald, merger between the Democratic Party and the CIA results in endless war cheerleading from liberal media. Ohio State requiring all students, faculty and staff to get COVID-19 vaccine. Podcast, The Franklin Scandal with Nick Bryant. 2 things mainstream media didn't tell you about FDA's approval of Pfizer vaccine. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Pentagon, blast outside Kabul airport, no word on casualties. Cruise lines require vaccinations, tests, amid virus surge. Man gets 6 years in prison in Michigan governor kidnap plot. Lawyers allied with Trump penalized over Michigan lawsuit. House panel probing 1/6 riot seeks host of Trump-era records. Do falls from milk crates have their own ICD-10 code? CDC advises older consumers to heat deli meats amid salmonella outbreaks. AOC challenger Tina Forte promoted and attended January 6 Capitol riot. Yes, Kanye West petitioned to legally change his name. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Instagram post wrong on U.S. casualties in Afghanistan. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. This waterproof notepad keeps me from forgetting all my best ideas. U.S. troops wounded in explosion outside Kabul airport. It's a death sentence. LGBTQ Afghans fight for their lives. Why the OnlyFans porn mess is a wake-up call for sex workers. The real story behind the $25,000 Trump donation to Pam Bondi. The MAGA movement's a bigger threat to America than the Taliban. U.S. Marshal, I was fired for protecting a gay colleague. Bump this state to the top of your post-pandemic wish list. Britain's newfound star power, Andy Roddick and Peyton Manning. The next headlines are from the New York Post. How Trevor Lawrence's wife celebrated the big Jaguars news. NFT sales reach nearly $900 min record-breaking month. Paralympian Ibrahim Hamatou somehow plays ping pong without arms. Is clickbait based on a true story? Find out with this one simple trick. Forbes to become public company through $630 SPAC merger. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. TESS, a behind-the-scenes look at NASA's latest planet hunter. Tiger stripes on Enceladus could be even more unique than previously thought. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Scientists hope to find life on Earth like planets covered in oceans. Delta Airlines to charge unvaccinated staff $200 per month. Gulf Coast hurricane landfall possible in just days. What the FDA's full approval for Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine means for U.S. adults and children. FDA approval of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine likely to prompt new vaccination mandates. Biden expected to receive U.S. intelligence report on coronavirus origins. Johnson & Johnson says its booster shot strengthens immunity. Johnson & Johnson says booster shot of its COVID vaccine increases immunity. Growing number of companies require a COVID vaccine for new hires. Johnson & Johnson releases COVID-19 vaccine booster study as U.S. struggles with pandemic surge. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Suspected suicide bombings inflict casualties outside Kabul airport gate after U.S. warns of imminent terror threat. Man arrested for contaminating food with syringes at London supermarkets, cops. Transgender man sues Virginia prisons over denial of gender dysphoria treatment. 1/3 of Americans were infected with COVID by December 2020, new study. Japan suspends 1 Moderna doses due to contamination. Florida beekeeper dies after getting electrocuted while removing hive. Louisiana man charged with 32 counts of animal sex abuse. U.S. jobless claims rise by 4,000 to 353,000. Biden to meet with new Israeli PM Naftali Bennett, Iran nuclear pact on agenda. Second death in Death Valley after another hiker suffers suspected heat stroke. The following headlines are from military.com. Witness, several appear dead or wounded in Kabul blast. UK aircraft carrier swaps F-35B stealth fighters with US warship during Pacific exercise. Boko Haram militants kill 16 soldiers in Niger attack. Roughly 1,500 Americans may still be in Afghanistan less than a week before troops are due to leave. U.S. woman under Taliban's watch won't leave Kabul without her staff and hundreds of rescue animals. Pentagon scolds lawmakers who made surprise visit to Afghanistan, saying it interfered with the mission. Suicide risk among veterans declined during the pandemic, but spiked for those with COVID, study finds. Pentagon, U.S. troops must get their COVID-19 vaccines ASAP. Troops in Qatar running on fumes as bases continue to take in Afghan evacuees. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Mayor Lori Lightfoot rips police union head after he compared vaccine mandate to the Holocaust. Watch Live, Governor J.B. Pritzker is expected to announce a statewide vaccine mandate for educators. 3 teens shot, 1 fatally, in unrelated Chicago attacks, police say. Daywatch, Pritzker to require vaccines for educators. Lightfoot mandates vaccines for Chicago workers. Check, please, ending its run after 20 years. CPS students return to school Monday. We have answers to your questions about fall in-person learning. Column, COVID-19 vaccine mandates are coming. The willfully unvaccinated are about to see their world shrink. Illinois governor to alter statewide mask mandate and require vaccines for educators from kindergarten to college. Cities set to partner mental health clinicians and police responding to calls related to mental health, as governor signs statewide measure. Cook County Commissioner Sean Morrison has COVID-19 breakthrough case. Heat wave, how you can help yourself and the people around you when it's hot outside. The following headlines are from Phys.org. Female hummingbirds avoid harassment by looking as flashy as males. Plants evolved ability to actively control water loss earlier than previously thought. Engineers create double layer of polyethylene for first time. Fewer El Niño and La Niña events in a warmer world. Can toxic algae kill humans? California health officials are warning of these poisonous blooms. Material efficiency holds great potential for climate neutrality. A laboratory's irritating byproduct now supplies 2D materials research. Secrets of COVID-19 transmission revealed in turbulent puffs. California wildfire dangers may be spreading to the south. New form of carbon tantalizes with prospects for electronics. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, August 26th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Things may be brewing at Hawaii's Kilauea. Scientists, still, need glass blowers. Your brain is not a computer, it is a transducer. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Prosecutor in deaths of prominent legal families steps aside. Man, 50, fatally shot in Seattle's Belltown neighborhood early Thursday. Juventus hosts Empoli in what could be Ronaldo's last match. Guardiola moves closer to team of midfielders at Man City. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. If the Pac-12 were to expand, one school stands as the clear number one pick. Liv Schreiber. Larry Magid, buying a portable air conditioner and making it smart. Man shot in Oakland Thursday morning. Militia leader convicted of Minnesota mosque bombing wants transgender identity recognized. Bay Area High School football, Week 1 preview, schedule. Tourist protecting his baby fatally shot in Florida restaurant. Bottle Rock Napa 2021, here's the ultimate hour-by-hour guide. 7 amazing Bay Area things to do this weekend, August 27th to 29th. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Inflation emerges as 2022 campaign issue, GOP blames Dems' big spending for soaring prices. Taliban claims no proof Osama bin Laden involved in 9/11 attacks. State Department, OK's $258 million deal to South Korea for smart bomb conversion kits. Black GOP pastor shakes up House race in California, says he's what Obama should have been. With Angela Merkel going, candidates fail to inspire German voters. Japan suspends 1.63 m doses of Moderna over contamination. Get the shot or else, corporate America, health companies put teeth behind vaccine mandates. Mexico unsure about reinstating Trump's Remain in Mexico policy. The next headlines are from The Intercept. No labels offered conservative Democrats hundreds of thousands to spur Nancy Pelosi fundraiser. Rap Ilhan Omar calls on Biden to pardon Daniel Hale for drone leak. Little-known federal software can trigger revocation of citizenship. Already, cracks emerge in Rep. Josh Gottheimer's Unbreakable 9. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, August 26th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Rachel Nichols removed from ESPN's NBA programming. 2 suicide attacks outside Kabul airport, 13 dead, Russia's foreign ministry says. Authorities identify 19-year-old killed in Roseland shooting. Previewing the 2021 high school football season. We cannot allow mass shootings to become common occurrence in Chicago. Man charged with shooting FedEx driver in North Center. Eating right can help support kidney health. 17-year-old boy wounded in South Shore shooting. 3 killed, 1 wounded in shootings in Chicago Wednesday. Dear Abby, marriage in trouble as husband's mother refuses to move out. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Many feared dead in Kabul airport blast, what we know so far. Up polls, how BJP, Kong are wooing sugarcane farmers. Paparazzi pictures of your favorite celebrities. India's new, liberalized drone rules, all you need to know. Social humor, Kohli's batting form becomes fodder for memes. India allows Boeing 737 MAX to fly again. No plan yet to revise Covishield dose gap, clarifies government. Mysuru gang rape, Kong trying to rape me, says Karnataka minister. Don't download this popular WhatsApp version. Nothing wrong in Arshad taking my javelin to prepare, Miraj. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, August 26, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. As pandemic persists, local court backlog likely to grow. School dress codes in the time of COVID, really? Things to do, Njimber, Warehouse Live, August 27, 2021. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this summer fall 2021. College football power structure in state of flux after SEC expansion. Best bets the week of August 26 September 1, 2021. Abbott pens new order banning government COVID vaccine mandates. Best of Houston 2021. Tropics heating up in the Gulf of Mexico. GOP House election bill advances thanks to returning Dems. The next headlines are about world records making news. Garena Free Fire celebrates 4th anniversary with record-breaking video game display, Guinness World Records. Northern Virginia woman will set Guinness World Record when she cuts off 6 feet of hair, WJLA. Paralympic Games Day 2 men, Ihar Boki sets world record in backstroke, Swimming World magazine. Mount, Lebanon native Lauren Kuntz world champion in the double decathlon, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. UK, India COVID study sets Guinness World Record for being world's largest collab. Here's what it found, News 18. Kenya, Wire finishes 5th in Paralympics debut, Ames World Record, allafrica.com. Tokyo Paralympics 2021, Britain's Tully Carney smashes world record to win S5 100 in freestyle swimming gold, Eurosport.com. Carney and Summers Newton smash world records to claim Paralympic gold, The Guardian. Devon musician hoping to slap bass down a new world record, Devon Live. Nigeria claims first gold at Tokyo 2020 as Guo breaks powerlifting world record, InsideTheGames.biz. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. The Kingsman's newest trailer showcases some very ungentle men. Galaxy Z Fold 3 review, foldable phones are finally ready for prime time. TikTok is reportedly testing 5-minute video upload lengths. The new horror film from the team behind Sinister looks terrifying. Scrambling this nightmarish 4,800 plus piece Rubik's-like puzzle looks more satisfying than solving it. Updates from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, American Horror Story, and more. Why you should start using an eSIM. Japan halts Moderna vaccinations after foreign substance is found in 39 vials. Jeff Bezos' Dick Rocket goes on sale for $69 in scale model form. Jurassic World, Dominion looks like an Indiana Jones dinosaur movie. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Basra Airport in Iraq at 122.54 degrees Fahrenheit or 50.3 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Amundsen in Scott's South Pole Station at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Silent changes to Western Digital's budget SSD may lower speeds by up to 50%. FCC seeks $5 fine for robocalls telling black people that voting helps the man. COVID hospitalization averages $20,000, and insurers want unvaccinated to pay up. Graphene veils may hold the secret to conserving priceless works of art. As office returns get postponed, workers say they'd take pay cut to work from home. Documentary about Amiga classic Lemmings due for game's 30th anniversary. Horizon Forbidden West delayed, leaves Sony with fall 2021 first-party gap. Massive mine truck and the Baja off-road racer both find use for fuel cells. Nude hunt, LA fisherman accessed 4,700 iCloud accounts, 620K photos. Halo Infinite will launch on Wednesday, December 8, in incomplete fashion, updated. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Experts outline a case to convict Mark Meadows for aiding Trump's attempt to overturn the election. A second explosion reported in Afghanistan, and there are U.S. casualties, report. Anti-masker not doing good as lungs stiffen from COVID-19, they've run out of options for him. Colleague denies anti-vax Capitol riot lawyer has COVID, says he's just suffering from dehydration and exhaustion. Huff and puff, legal experts pan Trump's desperation executive privilege attempt to block January 6 committee. The Afghan leader fled, ex-Afghan official knocks down CNN host's anti-Biden narrative. GOP state senator convenes private meeting to discuss female attire in Minnesota Senate. Explosion reported outside Kabul airport where U.S. evacuations are underway, report. Trump rants about Taliban founder asking him a very scary question in new interview. To hell with your consistent racism, California school district in turmoil after students' hate crime outrages community. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Armed picnics and snipers at Family Dollar, life in a town with a government-approved militia. The ancient bond between a great river, its creatures, and my people. Jack Berkman and Jacob Wool hit with proposed $5.1 million fine by FCC. A two-song salute to Wayne Shorter, jazz's foundational force, who turns 88 today. Denser cities could help curb carbon emissions, if the NIMBYs allow it. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and robot legs, TechCrunch. Oort Cloud News, how many comets from elsewhere, Earth sky. Unidentified aerial phenomena and debates about a creator Terry Mattingly, Knoxville News Sentinel. Signs of extraterrestrial life could be found in the next 2 to 3 years, astronomers claim, BBC Science Focus magazine. American Horror Story, double feature teaser reveals Death Valley cast, deadline. Volcanic eruptions may have spurred first whiffs of oxygen in Earth's atmosphere, UW News. Grant Young, UFOs are back, sort of, KQED. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. All cancers may fall into one of two classes, technology networks. The future of brain-machine interfaces, symbiotic intelligence versus human intelligence, Unite AI. Low-temperature emergent neuromorphic networks with correlated oxide devices, pnas.org. Microglial dihomeostasis drives paraneuronal net and synaptic loss in a CSF1R plus mouse model of ALSP, which can be rescued via CSF1R inhibitors, science advances. Study unveils the role of the basal ganglia in the control of learned motor skills, Medical Express. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Bats may hold the key to healthy aging, scientists say daily soda. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, August 26, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Same old song and dance potential explanations for UAPs UFOs. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, August 26th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.